It's The Big Show with me, Alex Belfield, and welcome back to 4 of the biggest stars in the country. 4 guys who we met a year ago. At that point, they hadn't done anything. Now, they're the darlings of TV, they're the stars of show business, and they're with us again today. We've got Jules, Ollie, Stephen and Dom. Guys, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
I was half expecting Take That to come from underneath.
How are you doing? Because, I mean, it's been so long since I talked to you. It's been about a year, and since then, I think it's to do with my radio show. Everybody's caught on, and suddenly you're very popular and they all love you. What's that like?
Yeah, it's amazing, and when you say it, it sounds even better. It's been amazing. Since when we came and saw you last, we were relatively unknown then, and we were introducing people to our music, and it all kicked off in a big way with the album. Ended up doing really, really well, and it, climaxed in winning the Album of the Year award at the Classical Brits, and we've taken it internationally. And I got to say, Alex, you do play a part in that success, actually. So
yeah. We just want to say a profound thank you for all your hard work.
It's not easy to launch, is it? It's easy once you've got going.
Well, it's good. I find At Gunpoint works.
Yeah, all money in an envelope, that works.
Yep. Dom, let's talk about what your life's been like in the last year. We'll go around the room. It's got to have changed because suddenly you're the darling of GMTV and Loose Women and all these programmes where there's so many viewers, and it's not to be poo-pooed that. How have you found people have changed around you?
Well, they did say sign a record deal and have loads of beautiful women coming up to you in the street. Apparently we were going to be fending them off. I've had one 60-year-old on crutches come up to me and recognise me.
Dom, I thought I read something in the paper about you. Dom has a new girlfriend. Do you want to tell us about the girlfriend?
Well, I don't really like to talk about my personal life. I've been very lucky enough recently to be getting to know the beautiful Gemma Garrett, who is currently Miss Great Britain.
Good God.
Holds the crown.
Let's describe her. Blonde, blue eyes, got all the assets. She's certainly got a knockers, and there she is with you.
She's beautiful. I mean, just to step in here, I'd like to say that, I mean, their relationship is blossoming, and to be honest, we do expect to hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet.
I need to discuss it with Gem first.
Yes.
Kind of got out of a car and then went a bit crazy. Wasn't really expecting anyone to be there. But
you deliberately did it. You've been looking for that picture and that headline for the last year. Don't sit here. You're the one who grabbed the paper, opened it on the right page, showed it to us all, bragging.
Well, she's very beautiful, isn't she?
She is very beautiful. I'm on page 47 with Vanessa Feltz, if you want to have a look. Stephen, how's your life changed in the last year then?
It's got a lot busier. I think that ultimately that you never really know how much work something like this is going to be. And I think the way a lot of us expect it is that you get your lucky record deal and then you're sitting on a super yacht somewhere in the Caribbean. And the reality, of course, is that you work 10 times harder than you've ever worked before. You throw yourself into stressful situations that you've never experienced before.
Ollie, I want to talk about you. You seem incredibly popular. The ladies seem to love you. I mean, you're all good-looking guys, we know that, but you're not in the papers. What is it then that you're not as interesting as Dom, for example?
Well, I'm not going out with a supermodel Miss UK, but other than that, I don't know. Well, what else? What is different?
He drives an MG.
I do. I drive an MG. I drive a little old classic car. But I would if I hadn't actually just lost my licence.
Why did you lose your licence?
I nearly got arrested.
Come on, give us the story.
Well, I don't know if I should on air, really. I'm sure that some lawyer told me I'm mitigating myself.
When's the court hearing?
Well, it's been mildly postponed, mostly because we're doing interviews all day. But there we go. No, I just turned out that they'd actually revoked my licence a couple of years ago, and I'd never been sent the letter.
Yes.
And I didn't know, so I only had 3 points on my licence, but they thought I had 6, and because 2 years ago I was a young driver, you're only allowed 6. And so no one had spotted this mistake until a very nice policeman pulled me over in the rain at 3 in the morning and told me to arrest him. I was the only one with an umbrella at the time, and in fact just before he tried to arrest me he asked me to put the umbrella over his head. Then he started reading me his rights, at which point I took it straight back and put it back over but in the end he decided not to, and it wasn't my fault.
Ollie is the member who gets sent the most knickers in the post, and it's a fact, and we've been charting what the reasons would be, but ever since we started, you'd be amazed. The sack of mail that he gets delivered to his door is extraordinary.
Yeah. And as for you, Jules, help me with your life, because
help me with my life.
What's been happening? Because it is so exciting to be successful. It must be horrible to fail, and you've not done that. I mean, that must be a relief for a start.
No, I think we all went into it with kind of trepidation and excitement, and we weren't really sure what it would hold for us. You know, the record industry is tough at the moment, and less people are buying CDs, and it is difficult. But we felt that we had a good thing going, and we're really, really proud of the first album, which won the Brit, and I think we're even more proud of the second, because I think it shows all we've learned over the last year and a half when we've been gigging and touring and doing all these concerts with Katherine Jenkins, and we've learnt a lot, and I think we've learnt a lot about what our fans would want to hear and what they might not want to hear, and I think this is the culmination of all we've learned.
The new album's called And So It Goes. We're going to take a track from that now. My favourite song, and we'll go find what your favourite song is, but mine is Because We Believe. It's one of those rare songs where it just makes you want to cry, and I don't know why.
That's because I'm singing, obviously. It's just bloody awful.
But this is a really touching song, isn't it? And it's a song that you can't mess about with. If you don't do it properly, it's best not to bother.
I think that's very fair. I think that you can extend that to everything on the album. Well, no, in anybody's music, if you're not going to do something properly, you shouldn't do it at all.
I'm not looking for a row. I was trying to pay you a compliment.
I know, but I'm
Ollie,
entirely
just because you weren't in the papers today, don't get defensive.
Well, look, damn it.
All right, we'll take the song Because We Believe, and we'll be back next with our remaining moments with Blake. We're back on your favourite local radio station, talking to the guys from Blake. We've got Dom, Stephen, Ollie and Jules here today. Back to me. What was it like the first time you met me? Was it a thrill?
Yeah, enough about you. What do you think about me? It was. You're still ginger, I remember.
Yeah, it is sad, isn't it, really? You'd have thought by now I could have maybe gone to the hairdressers and... Do you think it's worth dyeing? Would it fool anybody?
Well, I was ginger before and changed to this colour.
Are you serious?
You can see his bits coming through under the lights.
No, in actual fact, when it's summertime and the sun's shining like crazy, if I'm out in the sun, I do actually go ginger.
But back to me, the album is great, and it is out very soon.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Does the carpet match the curtains?
You know what they say? Rusty roof, damp basement. That's all I'm saying. I don't wish to be crude, but that's the way it is. And talking of things physical, Mantan, you seem to be enjoying the Mantan, if you don't mind me saying.
I was doing very badly on the whole Mantan thing until about a week ago when we had that one really strong day of sunshine, and it happened. We don't get them very often. We had a day off, and where Jules and I actually share a flat in Fulham, and it's got a roof terrace. So I just lay out on the roof terrace and burnt.
We're not lovers.
No, that is not responsible sun tanning practice. Yeah. But
it was very fortunate actually, because it was just the day that his fake tan had run out.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Yeah. And
so you haven't been bathing in tea. This is the real you.
No,
he's just dark skinned.
Oh right, does tea work?
He's dark skinned.
I actually am dark skinned.
He's got that swarthy look about him.
But I'm British. I'm not some Tighe. Don't worry.
So what we're learning then? Stephen and Jules are best friends, and you two, you're not in the gang. What is going on here?
Ollie and I get bullied by Stephen and Jules, basically.
Yeah. I've been bullied by Jules since I was about 8 years old, because we used to be at school together. So I know him well enough to take his, for want of a better word, proverbial, and sort of ignore him as much as possible, and flatter his ego and make him think he's getting the point across, when actually I just sort of
the third problem about Ollie is he just generally just talks rubbish most of the time, and you just got to accept it. It's one of the.
I've made a career out of it, so don't mock. Or is it that you two are on more money and can afford your own place?
That's probably exactly.
But don't tell the other two
that.
Yeah. Don't tell Stephen and Jules.
Really? What's going
Actually, I don't have anywhere to live at the moment. I'm between abodes.
So, listeners, if you have anywhere that Ollie could live, get in contact.
That could be a sofa or a box or just an outside shed.
So, what are you doing then? The Premier Lodge? Where are you living?
No, I'm staying with my sister actually, because she's off in Japan for a couple of months.
Oh, that's very nice.
Not with my sister, in her house, in fact, which is very nice. Thank you, Katie.
And before we go any further, Jules, are you going for the Ken Dodd look today? What's happened with the hair? The hair.
Well done, good man.
What do you say?
Yeah.
My hair. No, look, I'm growing it, and I have that I get a lot of compliments about my hair. So I think it looks quite cool.
Well, I mean, compared to mine, perhaps? But
he hasn't got his. Got his diddling stick.
You are not one to criticise about hair.
and what are we going for then? Are we going to go with the long hair down the back?
No, not quite that.
Curls?
No, just sort of it carries on growing until someone says your hair looks ridiculous. Cut it, and then I cut it.
That's just happened, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Take the cue. And as for your fashions, I mean, how controlled are you now? I mean, is it Il Divo where you all have to go out wearing the same, or do you all choose your own clothes?
No, we choose our own clothes. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing worse than being dressed up like monkeys and being told to play your cymbals.
Are you saying Il Divo are like monkeys playing cymbals?
Wait, whoa.
Hey,
No, now look,
don't
steady.
put words in my mouth. I mean, some people might think that. They might think that, but they'd be wrong, of
They don't
course.
play the cymbals.
No, they don't play the cymbals, and their suits are beautiful. I think they're Armani or something like that, and they look lovely, especially that one that has the really cute little curl on his forehead. Carlos.
Oh, the old guy.
Yeah, the old.
He's my dad's age.
Yeah,
How old's your dad?
Now there's a man with a
74.
tan.
No, but joking aside, we've got a lot of respect for Il Divo. They're very good at what they do.
They are. Let's leave it there.
are.
Let's not get into the. We don't want any more newspaper headlines. Let's leave that to you with your dating. And about this year, what a year it's been for you, because you've just been on tour with Katherine Jenkins. Isn't she unbelievable?
She is. And we're seeing her this Saturday. We're going out on the town with her. She's a great girl. We've had a really good... how many gigs did we do with her? Like 16 gigs or something during the summer.
So far, yeah.
Just really, really cool. And learnt a lot from her, actually. She knows what she's doing. She's been around for a little bit. And, we've only been around for, 18 months. And we're still learning. So it was great to tour with her. And then very flattering that she's asked us to tour with her in December. So we're doing that as well.
She's taught us some great stuff, like the importance of support, for instance. I mean, vocally, very, very important.
And Dom, tell me, what are the chances of me getting a date with Katherine Jenkins? Do you think? I mean, I'm nervous to interview her because I think she might just have the urge.
Well, the problem, Alex, the problem you've got is that she's got the wonderful Gethin who's looking after her.
Let's
and
not worry about him. This
big
is show
guy.
business.
He's a big guy.
He's
well,
ginger.
how do you know how small I am?
He's not at all.
How do you know he's that big?
Because we've met him. He's come. We've met him lots of times, and he's come.
He's
to
a cool
few of the
guy. I
concerts.
like him.
We like him a lot.
But I think I could be funny. I could make her laugh.
Okay, listen. Leave it with me. I'll see what I can sort out. I'm not promising anything, but if
Give me that grand cash back that I gave you.
I think I would be prepared to pay $1,000 for the sloppy seconds on this. I mean, this is remarkable. This is. I don't know how you managed to do it. Congratulations.
I don't know how you managed to stay a DJ either with serious like that. My God.
Before we go, I want to congratulate you again on your huge success, because it has gone really well. I knew when I got your CD the first time it was going to work, because you've got a unity between your voices, and I said at the time it's very rare to get that. And I spoke to G4 many times over the last few years, and they didn't really have that because there was too many people sticking out. There was a fat one at the back they're trying to get rid of, and that will never work. It seems like you're all friends and you all get on and your voices work together. You need that, don't you? Seriously.
We do, and we're very lucky that we're all on the same level, and we're all we're strongest as one, basically. And I don't I can understand how the whole G4 thing became a problem, because there was an imbalance. I think there was an imbalance in talent and an imbalance in the visual aspect of things as well, and it must have been really stressful. And I think the job we're doing, it can we spend a lot of time together, and it can be a little bit stressful, and we get on each other's nerves, and but actually we have a good time for most of the time. And the last thing you want to do is kind of look back on the experience and think, well, why didn't I enjoy it more? So we just try and live every day as it comes.
And I've also just been distracted. I didn't hear a word you said, because you've got a feminine sparkly bracelet on. What is that? Help me with that, Jules. What is that?
This is something very dear to me. In fact, no, I've just got it given it for my birthday. But you might think it's feminine, but a lot of people think it's very cool.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that.
No, exactly.
No,
That's what I'm saying. So actually,
Who's it from?
a lot of compliments about that.
Who gave it to you?
My sister. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, she's
Not your girlfriend then.
No.
No. Anything you're wearing she given you? No?
The
you
clap.
can see?
No, that's a joke. That's a joke.
There's the line in the interview. There's the line in the interview.
For the record.
She's never speaking to you again.
He doesn't need her. Have you seen this?
Test that.
By the way, do you want us to sing?
Not really, no.
Okay,
Fine, too
good,
busy.
good.
Can't be bothered with that. I'd rather talk to you. We've got the CD. We don't need you to sing.
Good point. Good point.
And is there anything like singing live and that feeling with the live orchestra? How are you finding that now that you can afford one?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, as we were saying the other day, there are very few bands that have access to a full orchestra. The only other one I can ever think of is Spiritualized from the US, which obviously incredible group, been around for 20 years or so. And of the modern groups, we're the only one that has an orchestra that travels. It's a bit difficult doing small venues, but we find ways around it. And it's quite an experience. You have to get used to knowing that you've got this organic thing behind you. You've got players there that are going to speed up and slow down, a conductor you've got to work with. It's much more challenging than, for instance, singing to backing track, which is the norm for a lot of bands. So no, we love it. It's good fun.
Cool. And you're all happy? We're not going to have any falling out? There's not going to be any headlines about you splitting up? There's going to be... This is. I just want to check, because I want to be the first one to get it. If there's any...
Listen, if we're going to break up, we'll tell you.
Would you mind?
Yeah,
Would you?
sure.
I could do with the money. I could get a fortune from the Sun for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Front pages. And anything you'd like to reveal about your private life before we go, Jules?
No.
Ollie, anything you'd like to reveal?
No, I don't think so.
Any more scandals?
Not to you.
Been arrested for anything else?
No. Really, the first time. And I wasn't arrested. He only got halfway and then he got wet and then he stopped. So, it's okay.
Sounds like another story there. And Stephen, anything you'd like to reveal?
Well, no, nothing much other than thinking about becoming a woman, but other than that,
apart
nothing.
from that,
Yeah.
nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm a very private man. I don't like to
No.
talk about my
It relies on the papers.
He'll never talk about Gemma Garrett at all.
how many copies of this paper have you bought today?
The thing is, I didn't know it was going to be in the
6.
paper, and I was sitting downstairs in reception flicking through the paper, and then it was there, and I had nothing to do with it.
What is that feeling when you open the paper and you're in it, and it's not about you, I don't know, doing something you shouldn't be doing, and it's actually a positive story?
Like, it's a nice. I don't know. It's surprising that people actually give a damn. To be honest,
You'd be amazed what people give a damn about.
You're presuming that they do actually give.
Well, people don't get out much. That's what you've got to realise. Guys, thank you very much for talking to me again. Jules, Ollie, Stephen and Dom. All right, then. I'll let you sing.
Okay.
But as long as you're going to do it in tune, all right? I don't want any dodgy
no
notes.
promises.
Is that okay? Because I remember the last time we spoke, you sang about me and it involved ginger hair and being clinically obese.
Well, I think you might have written that yourself, and you should probably think about changing your jingles if you didn't want us to
Maybe
say
that was the truth. Okay, guys, we're going to let them sing live. It's the new album's called And So It Goes, and there's a phone ringing in the background. It's nothing to do with me. The album is fantastic. It's got some lovely tracks on it. What are you going to sing for us?
Well, we're going to sing that. This is a little section of the title track, Billy Joel, And So It Goes.
Cheers, guys. That was brilliant. All right, I'll come out your way.
Yeah, he's fine. He's got it.
So I would choose to be with you. That's if the choice were mine to make. But you can make decisions too. And you can have this heart to break. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows.
Guys, you're brilliant. That's why I think you're fantastic. That's why I think people should go out and buy the new album. Guys, thank you very much for talking to us on the programme again.
Thank you.
Pleasure, thanks.
Congratulations on that.
Jesus Christ.